What is Kraken, everybody, and welcome to a very wonderful episode 279 of the Good Kraken podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Ernell Pearson, alongside the inevitable one, the man with a little bit of new lighting. It is Devin Brevin, the dude. How are you on this fine Saturday, sir?
Hey. I'm doing good. Woke up, played some Pal World for a second. Then I popped into some PUBG with our man Logan, and him and I found out very quick how frustrating that game can be.
Yeah, bad game, bad game.
I don't know, dude. That it's actually I hate to be that guy again, but it's a lot better than it used to be. It is.
Oh god, oh god. No, I mean,
Yeah.
I obviously I'm being cheeky when I say bad game. Obviously, it's not with how many people played it. But oof.
Yeah, no, it was nice going back to like the roots of the battle royale. You know what I mean? Dude, I played that game religious. I was actually, I mean, you already know. I fucking me and shooter games. You know what I mean? Very specific ones. I get that niche, and I just go right.
Yeah.
That game on Xbox when that came out.
Oh yeah.
So many chicken dinners all the time. I even got my dad to play that game with me for fun. Like I got to a point where I was so confident in my ability, I would do duos with my dad, and he's the type of guy when he plays on a controller, he like flicks the stick to like look around.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I would just be like, "Hey, get in the back of this buggy with me. You just shoot shit, and I'm gonna drive around everywhere." And he thought it was fucking awesome, right?
Of
So
course, right.
so Logan and I were playing today, and today.
I was like, damn, y'all, shit,
I mean,
bro.
might as well be.
Might as well be about it now, dog. Fuck.
But it was actually really fun. The gameplay is a lot more fluid. They definitely revamped the textures. They fixed a lot of the frame rate issues to the game. And granted, we are playing on PC, and video cards are substantially more powerful than they were when this game came out. You know, like this game came out in the 1080 era. You know,
Yeah.
but it was really fun. It's cool seeing how good they updated the sound in that game, like the 3D spatial audio of the game, and
Right.
hearing everything and hearing like the distance of it. It was really good. And since him and I play Daisy a lot, it was nice going into that.
So what made you just guys decide to like jump back into it? Or you just kind of like, oh dude, let's check on PUBG? Or like,
For me, a couple weeks ago,
it's like chicken. Yeah.
I came across a video on YouTube randomly
Okay.
of how the game was running,
And
it looked really cool. They have like cities on the maps now, like full ass cities that have like crazy conveyor belts and like express trains you can take, and like a bunch of different vehicles and weapons now, and like different, like you can get jammer backpacks so you can go out into the storm and not get hurt from it, so you can flank teams better.
Yeah.
There's just so much added to the game. I was like, I gotta check this out, you know. I gotta check this out. So him and I are gonna play later again, because we only played for like 45 minutes.
That was the video that you watched, like PUBG how to be cracked, or like
No. So like, truth be told, sometimes I just like I pick a video on YouTube and I just let them play through videos when I'm like chilling, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
And it came up and it was like, check all this new stuff out, and like it was two like Australian dudes just fucking being dorks and
Was it Switch Up?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you who it was, honestly.
Yeah.
It was a random video. Sorry, I can't give credit for it, but I was just like, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. All right, I need to check this out. That's pretty much how it was, you know.
Yeah, sure. No,
It's
that's
a free to play game too, so it's like I didn't have to buy it on
no
PC.
no shame. Kind of jumping back into it with no paywall. So like that's not bad at all. So yeah, okay, man. Well, I'm glad that you got your nostalgia going in, my good sir. I had a little bit of nostalgia last night with DJ jumping back into Tekken for the first time in a long time. And
I was
the
watching.
game,
I was
extra
watching.
tight. My getting ass whooped for the first like 3 fights, like wholeheartedly getting my ass whooped, was rough. It was a rough time.
Yeah, I know. I like popped in. I was like, "Is Ernell getting his ass beat yet?"
Yeah, dude, we laughed about it for a second. It was fun, dude. I mean, regardless, it took me a little while to get warmed up to things, but like we did the thing. Yeah, it was fun. Tekken's back, baby. Tekken's fucking back, dude. It feels good. I don't know if I'm gonna be like on it religiously because I don't know if I can't decide if I like it more than Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean? I can't quite.
I already know that I would like Mortal Kombat more, and I haven't bought Mortal Kombat yet, so I'm not Mortal Kombat. I haven't bought that game yet, you know. So I'm not gonna get chicken, you know. I don't feel like playing
Okay,
on
all right, we're past this. We're way past this. Holy shit! But we're not talking about Mortal Kombat today. We're talking about electric fucking chair, reversing time again, conquering the conqueror, and much, much more. Because this is the Good Kraken Podcast, your choice for all the nerdy video game and pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear. Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 12 p.m. If you're riding this wave, you can head on over to our Discord channel where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and soon have early access to episodes before they go live on podcasts and video services across the digital sea.
It's like the old guy who's still just barely alive on the fire ship. He's just like,
York.
you just.
But if you've emptied your pockets for the latest and greatest in entertainment, that is totally fine. You can watch us record this show live right here at twitch.tv/GoodKraken Show, just like the Cardboard King, Ex Machina Ghost, and our homie Sparrow are doing. If you have Amazon Prime, you also have Twitch Prime. Devin.
Prime Gaming.
And we would love for you to give that to us to help keep us pushing content out for all of you that are listening or watching at home. But you can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Good Kraken with an exclamation mark and leaving a review there.
Review.
Thank you, Devin. We have a captain's order, my good sir. Actually, a couple captain's orders, guys. So Twitch has made some slight changes, or are going to make some slight changes, including the way that affiliates are paid out on Twitch. So we're here to let you guys know that you can support us by subscribing in a variety of different tiers here on twitch.tv/GoodKraken Show. If we hit 100 sub points, we can do a different payment plan there and get potentially paid more. So if you guys want to help us out, be able to afford, keep the lights on, keep reviews coming in, keep us playing games for you guys, we can let you know whether or not it's worth your damn time and money. Please, we suggest, if you may, subscribing at a different tier, a higher tier, because we get different points for higher tier ones. So thank you guys. And for all of you that are already subscribing, we love you. Thank you so much.
If we get those 100 points, we will make a list of games that I've said that I will not buy, and we'll do a community vote and make me buy one of those games to play for you guys on stream. Just saying it right now. We got some big things coming up in February. So if you guys do it, will put me through pain.
We do, actually, Devin, and that's a perfect segue, because on February 5th, ladies, gentlemen, ladies, and thents, we have the official 2024. That's right, year 3 of Good Kraken is celebrating with 2024's very first Good Kraken Fest. That's right, baby. That is February 5th all the way to February 9th. We have a whole week of content that we're going to be doing for you guys to celebrate our 3rd year anniversary. We have a bunch of new stuff that we're going to be doing, some new content, new things, new fucking wonderful fun stuff that you do not want to miss. So please, February 5th, that's right, Monday, February 5th. Come in, hang out with us, 7 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to be here for our first piece of content for our official new kickoff of the year of Good Kraken 2024. That's right, baby. Let's fucking go, Devin. Let's fucking go.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
let's fucking go.
Say it. Say let's
Ex
fucking go.
Machina, 2 heckin' months.
Oh, 2 heckin' months. Ex Machina, thank you so much.
I
We
will
love
count that towards the hundo.
The The Honda. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we have an all right amount of points. So just keep it pushing. We love you guys. Thank you guys so much for supporting us here. Devin, we have a little thing for the people at home that we haven't done in quite some time. My friend, Good Kraken's evolved over the years.
Yeah.
We've done new things. We've tried new things. We've curated our show, our content, if you will, to evolve and kind of like change over the years. And something that we felt wouldn't quite fit the bill consistently is something that we're going to be putting in today. Devin, what do we have for the people at home?
Guys, it's time to move with the motion of the ocean because we got some little waves for you.
That's right, baby. Little Waves has returned, and we are starting off letting you guys know Little Waves is our little segment where we kind of go through some news beats for you guys, the most important news beats from the week. Saturdays we lean way further into like the TV shows and movies, so we're going to be covering that for you guys at home. So bear with us here. Me and Devin got a lot to fill you guys in. Firstly, Vince McMahon, WWE founder, resigns amid sex trafficking allegations. Oh, fuck. This comes from Samantha DeLuya over at CNN. The allegations came to light in a lawsuit filed by a former WWE staffer, Janelle Grant, who worked at the headquarters of the wrestling behemoth McMahon founded. McMahon had denied the allegations and said he is prepared to defend himself in court. But in a statement Friday, McMahon said that he has officially resigned. Reports that McMahon had paid out settlements to multiple women while serving as WWE CEO and chairman have been circulating since at least 2022. But the lawsuit filed by Grant Thursday sheds new light on the extent of McMahon's alleged misconduct. In the lawsuit, Grant alleged that McMahon dangled a job offer at WWE and later promotions in exchange for sex. Grant's lawsuit also alleges that McMahon trafficked her to other men inside and outside the company, including John Laurinaitis, don't really care, he's a piece of shit, who worked in the company's talent relations department and is also named as a defendant in the suit. So, Devin, I don't know if you were ever into wrestling shit when you were a kid. I'm sure you know well enough who The Rock and like Hulk Hogan are. And all these
I know guys. who Vince is. I know who that guy is.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not that big on wrestling, but I have a lot of friends who are very into it. Like
absolutely,
very, very into it.
Yes.
And this is wild. And I can't say I'm surprised
surprised.
This isn't the first time Vince has been involved in scandal. This is like an ongoing thing. I think this is just like probably one of the worst things he's done, but he is not a stranger from being a piece of shit.
No, not at all. Yeah, absolutely fucking give this man the guillotine, this piece of shit. Again, like you said, who the fuck is surprised? Not us. Not us, you know what I mean? Who'd have thunk? Not me.
It's like, it sucks because there is so much like controversy and scandals that surround most people involved in wrestling. And we see it a lot and hear about it a lot. And it goes from everything like terrible shit like this to terrible stuff like people just suffering from depression from it all, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. This sucks.
Yeah, fuck this guy. Fuck him and bury him beneath every arena, every single one. Put him into like 18 pieces, find 18 major cities, and just put him underneath. You know what I'm saying?
Or don't even give him that honor. Just like feed him to the fucking sharks. Just saying.
Devin,
with fucking lasers on their head.
Sharks with the lasers. God damn, he said with the lasers. Devin, hit him with our next story.
Benoit Blanc is back on the case as Knives Out 3 will reportedly film this year. This is by Arizal Amin over at Collider.
Good enough.
Currently, very little is known about Knives Out 3, which has no other cast members announced except for Daniel Craig. However, back in October, Johnson told The Wrap that progress was being made on the sequel following the conclusion of the WGA strike, saying, quote, "It's coming along. I obviously couldn't work during the strike, and now that it's over, I'm diving in full force. And so it's coming along. I've got the premise, I've got the setting, I've got what the movie is in my head. It's just a matter of writing the damn thing. End
Devin,
quote.
are you fucking stoked for Knives Out 3?
I am
my
stoked.
boy?
I am glad that Ryan Johnson has found his niche and
Mm.
his fucking thing,
Mhm,
after
mhm.
Star Wars. Because take it or leave it, that that movie had some cool parts. That movie had some "what the fuck are you doing" parts. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah, no,
mean?
for sure, for sure, for sure,
But
absolutely.
Knives Out has been great, and Daniel Craig is a fucking gem of a human, in my opinion. So I'm just stoked to see more of that.
Dude, I'm excited to see who they cast for the rest of this movie because each Knives Out story so far has just been awesome, just the most phenomenal fucking castings ever,
Yeah,
dude.
I need Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Ooh, okay, all right, I see you, I see you.
Mhm.
That'd be sick. That'd be sick.
And Henry Cavill.
Oh my god, if they got Henry Cavill in a fucking Knives Out story, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
No,
That
like,
would go fucking crazy.
who else? Who else? Who else? Has Scarlett Johansson been in one yet?
No, not yet. Not
Yeah,
yet.
she would be good. She would
She
be
would be
good.
pretty good. I mean, like, yeah, there's definitely like an echelon of actor that I think that they're gonna be able to kind of like move into because of the success of the prior two
Yeah.
movies.
I mean, the last movie was star-studded cast all the way.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, Daniel Craig is fucking A tier as shit. No, he's S tier. He's James Bond. Come on,
Yeah,
S
yeah,
tier. Daniel Craig's S tier.
yeah.
Um, Aaron Taylor Johnson would be good.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Um, uh,
Dwayne the Rock
Amelia
Johnson.
Clark.
Um,
Amelia Clark.
mhm.
Who
David
else?
Johnson.
Has
I'm
Anna
just-
Taylor Joy been in? I can't remember if she was in one yet.
she
No,
hasn't.
that
I'm
would
just
be good.
naming Johnsons now.
I know. Shut the fuck up.
Dylan Johnson.
Schwang my pants Johnson.
Speaking of hard Johnsons, though, Devin, Dev Patel's Monkey Man gets a first trailer and April release date from Taylor Lyles over at IGN. He says, in the new trailer, we see Patel playing the lead role. The film provides a fusion of action scenes akin to the John Wick films with some heavy inspiration from Hindu mythology, particularly the deity Hanuman, who is described as a half man, half monkey. Patel's character was previously described as, quote, an unlikely hero who emerges from prison. Excuse me. Let me back up. An unlikely hero who emerges from prison to take on a world enmeshed in corporate greed and eroding spiritual values, end quote. The YouTube description for the film's first trailer today reveals that Patel's character is on a quest to avenge his murdered mother. Monkey Man was first announced by Patel back in 2018. In 2021, it was reported that Netflix acquired the worldwide rights to the movie for $30 million, with an initial release date for sometime in 2022. However, as the new trailer shows, Universal Pictures eventually acquired the rights, with Jordan Peele and his production company Monkey Paw tied to the project. More interestingly, Deadline reported that the switch from Netflix to Universal was due to Peele seeing the movie and felt that it warranted a theatrical release.
Let's fucking go. This movie looks fucking amazing.
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah, it is John Wick and Old Boy slammed together with the wrestling scene from Spider-Man Tobey Maguire.
I got you for 3 minutes.
Bonesaw is ready.
Dude, yeah, this movie looked fucking rad. For a multitude of reasons. Never in my fucking life have I looked at Dev Patel and thought, wow, he'd make a great action hero. But this movie, I'm eating crow, dude, because he looks fucking extravagant in this. Like,
Yeah.
every bit of me believes that he could, like, low-key
Dude,
be a
he also
badass
got
this way.
jacked. He got jacked.
Yeah, dog, right?
He got jacked.
Shredded
He
like fucking
shredded.
cheese over here, bro. Oh my
Yeah.
god, dude.
I can't wait. I actually can't wait. This movie, I honestly, just like how John Wick 4 was one of my movies of the year last year, I feel like this is going to be like right up there. It's going to be top 5. I can say that confidently without a doubt just from the trailer.
Oh, I'm sure, dude. Well, and Garrett pointed out an interesting detail too, talking about how when we were kind of like reminiscing this in the GK chat, talking about how Dev Patel has like talked verbatim how he doesn't want to be James Bond, even though a lot of people have kind of loosely fan casted him as that. And I can see his wanting to stray away from that because he wants to kind of play that role in his own sort of like written universe in this way. I think it's awesome. I think that everything about this movie is sick from a perspective of showing some Hindu culture, you know, and kind of like playing around with that in a high action setting. It's awesome. It's fucking awesome.
I am really, really, really stoked that this is happening, and I'm even really stoked that Jordan Peele is like, no, theatrical release, and like he's getting heavily involved with it, which, depending on how this movie goes, means that him and Jordan Peele might be working very closely together in the future.
Yes.
Because if you like impress somebody that much, they go, no, full stop, we got to do something about this,
Hmm.
you know,
Hmm.
then like
Someone
that,
of the caliber of Jordan Peele, right? Like,
yeah,
because I mean, he's
yeah,
one of the biggest names in you know theater and theatrical releases right now. You know what I mean? Like, he's
yeah,
huge. He's fucking huge.
yeah, yeah. Which honestly, just thinking about that more and more and more, like with Jordan Peele getting involved with this, it weirdly made me more excited for OD as well.
Yeah, I know, right? In a weird
Yeah,
way. Yeah,
just
yeah.
because of his writing, you know.
Yeah, man. This one's gonna be a good one. I'm excited for it, but we're also
Mhm.
excited for some other stuff, Devin.
Yeah. Guys, Marvel's Thunderbolts reportedly eyeing Top Gun Maverick star Lewis Pullman to replace Steven Yen. This is by Adele Anchor's Range,
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 yeah, range,
Range,
range, my
Range,
mange.
Range. um, and over at IGN, Pullman, the son of actor Bill Pullman, delivered a memorable performance as Lieutenant Robert Bob Floyd in 2022's Top Gun Maverick. Other notable credits include 2018 neo-noir thriller Bad Times at the El Royale. That movie rules, by the way.
It's a good movie.
The
Good
TV
movie.
series Outer Range, and most recently Apple's Lessons in Chemistry opposite Marvel star Brie Larson. The role of Sentry became vacant after Yoon had to drop out of the Thunderbolts lineup due to scheduling conflicts because the movie got pushed from the 2024 release slate following a major reshuffle in the aftermath of the dual writers and actor strikes, leaving Deadpool 3 as the only MC movie out this year. Oh, that movie is going to be so good. Sentry is perhaps the most dangerous and powerful superhero in the Marvel universe, but has not had much exposure outside of Marvel Comics. Apart from appearing in a handful of mobile games like Marvel Puzzle Quest, Marvel Future Fight, and Marvel Snap. So it will be interesting to see the character come to life on the big screen. Straight up, I think he might kill it. And
Yeah,
I think yeah. Homeboy's got to get jacked. Homeboy's got to get real jacked.
I do think it's interesting because I love when Marvel picks actors that are not as well known and like gives them an opportunity to like super like big time shine in like a Marvel role. We've seen it time and time again. Actors that get the Marvel effect, as we called it before, where
Tom Holland, man.
yeah,
The Tom
yeah,
Holland started there,
exactly.
and look at how huge he is now.
And having that opportunity, I mean, like, not to say that Lewis Pullman isn't well known, because he is known for, you know, a good handful of roles that he's done. He's just not one of those actors that like you see and people immediately know who he is. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of those actors you kind of have to look at a picture and be like, oh fuck, it's that guy. You know what I mean? And so like them picking him for this is gonna do something really, really great, where one is gonna get a chance to like really put him on the map. Two is going to get a chance for him to like really truly present his acting chops, because that's another thing that Marvel is very good at, is giving people an opportunity to kind of like really make us know that they have the talent. And I mean, even his character like Top Gun Maverick was not one of the main characters. So like he was one of the sort of like he wasn't an extra. He was one of the characters for sure, but he was just like one of the characters around the main characters. And so we didn't really get a chance to really see like what he could do in that movie. And like other movies that he has played main roles in have been very just not huge movies. And so I'm excited to kind of see like what he can do with Sentry in the MCU, Devin. And we can talk about this, dog. We can talk about this because we've only very briefly scraped the surface on this conversation. Sentry in the MCU, generally speaking, no matter who plays that role, is fucking exciting, right?
Yeah, so Sentry, we know, is going to be the villain in this movie. We know, at least for this movie, he's going to be the antagonistic force. In the
Yes.
comics, he swaps between the antagonistic force because he is somebody who struggles with mental health issues, which I'm stoked that they're doing more light on these kinds of characters ever since they started with like Moon Knight, you know?
Right.
But essentially what happens is he breaks into a lab and he is looking for a fix, and because he's a drug addict in the comics, and he injects himself with the super soldier serum, a new variant of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like this movie specifically is going to be the big start to the Dark Reign saga, and I feel like Sentry is going to be responsible for that. I do hope this isn't a fucking one-off role. Sentry is a very important character within the comics at the world level and the cosmic range too. He has an entity within him, and I can't remember if it was because of the serum or if this was actually something that was a part of him before he injected himself. But he has an entity called the Void, and it is the reason why he's one of the most dangerous characters in Marvel Comics is because of the Void specifically. The Void can separate itself from Sentry and be its own force, and it can also take Sentry over.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. No, so from what I understand and remember, the Void does pick him before this all happens, because the Void's been around for like centuries. The Void's been around.
Centuries.
Centurion? No, I'm saying let's say like different names.
No, you lost it. You tried too hard.
I know. I was reaching too deep. It will be interesting to see how they make that come to life. Generally speaking, I mean, like you talked about with like the them kind of like tinkering with mental health a little bit more prevalently in the Marvel universe. Marvel Cinematic Universe, excuse me. Them having an opportunity to kind of like do this with a character that also pretty deeply suffers from some stuff is really, really cool, because they handled it very nicely in Moon Knight. And I would hope that they would find a way to handle it even better in regards to Sentry and, talk about his addiction, talking about, there's a lot that they can kind of like go down and into the deep and nitty gritty with. And obviously we've talked about at length before too, having that representation of things like that is always really, really great, especially when it's in Marvel.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm stoked to see more Red Guardian.
Yeah, I know, dude. He's gonna be so good,
David Harbour.
I love that guy.
And Florence Pugh again too. I know you're stoked about that.
My heart, man. I'm
actually stoked though to see. And there's one final thing. More U.S. agent. I want to see more U.S. agent.
Oh my god, for fucking real, man. Honestly, like. I know we had feelings about him, like after like Falcon and Winter Soldier, but like I the more I thought about it, I was like, we fucking hated that guy. And what better way to say he was written well than to make us all fucking hate that guy?
I'm gonna be honest. He is going to be. We're going to hate him in that movie
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
That's what we want, though, because U.S. Agent is anti. Captain America.
Yes.
And he sucks. And he is a big problem for heroes in the comics.
Massive piece of shit, dude. I know.
Yeah,
it's fucking exciting.
I'm stoked for that. He's going to be the Peacemaker, but not as cool of Suicide Squad, but for Thunderbolts. I'm calling it right now.
Okay. I see it, man. I see it, dude. Yeah. Well, we're also going to be seeing something again, my good sir, maybe, because Christopher Nolan's Tenet is returning to movie theaters, including 70 millimeter IMAX screens. This comes from Ethan Shanfield over at Variety. It will return to movie theaters on 70 millimeter IMAX digital, and 70 millimeter film screens for 1 week only, starting from February 23rd. The screenings, held across the U.S. and in select international markets, will be accompanied by exclusive footage of Dune Part 2, which debuts a week later on March 1st. Tickets for Tenet are on sale now. Nolan said in a statement, quote, "Seeing the way audiences responded to our large format presentations of Oppenheimer, I'm thrilled that Warner Brothers is giving audiences a chance to see Tenet the way it was intended to be seen on the largest IMAX and large format film screens. And I'm honored to have our movie warm up the film projectors for Denis Villeneuve's jaw-dropping Dune Part 2.
One thing I'm super stoked about that.
Okay.
The fact that Christopher Nolan said Dune Part 2 is jaw-dropping.
Oh. If he says it, it's gonna be so good.
Like,
it's gonna be so fucking good, dude.
I don't know if people understand that quote right there in itself has so much value to it.
Dude, it's like when Stephen King says a book is good. You're kind of like, fuck, I guess that book is good. Goddamn. You know what I mean? Like, it's just inherent, dude. This is, I don't know. This is interesting. This is interesting because I feel like it's cool because as we remember, Tenet dropped when the pandemic was in full swing. And so we didn't get to see that movie in theaters. We were kind of, really, really tied down to watching it at home, which was convenient. However, I'm sure we can both agree there were some stuff in Tenet that probably would have been better experienced in theaters. I'm more so surprised that we're making this happen. I mean, like it's cool. Like I'm just shocked that they're actually doing it. You know what I mean? Would like to say too. I would hope. I'm kind of hoping this might be like kind of like I don't know, putting my own expectations on it. How fucking cool would it be if you go and see this movie in theaters and it's changed? I'm just saying, put some fucking Nolan going on here. You know what I'm saying? Like you go to see Tenet in theaters, you're like, oh, this could be potentially a really, really cool experience because I watch this at home. I get to see this on the big screen now, and you watch it. And like the second act is like flipped backwards. I don't know. I'm just saying. Get some real life break the fourth and fifth wall Nolan type shit. You know what I'm saying? Not that there is a fifth wall, but you get my fucking point.
All of a sudden, Leonardo DiCaprio shows up. You're in a dream that's within a dream that's within my dream. So we're in like 4 dreams right now.
He's like really, really sweaty, and he's like, "You're too old for me." Anyways,
he's like sitting there spinning the top on his hand.
So you said you're not going to go see this. You're not that I'm sure you're not that interested in this. Why is that? Do you feel like you got plenty enough out of Tenet when you watched it that first time?
I barely remember that movie. Let's put it that way, which is weird for a Nolan movie for me. And I feel like I have too many other newer things around me right now.
Sure. That's fair.
Fair. Like other forms of media and things that I'm doing and intaking because time is precious, right? Time is precious. Yeah. I do want to go see some movies soon though. So I might think about it.
We're going to be next month. We got Madam Web coming out. We got to do a review for that. So.
Dude, it comes out on my birthday.
I know, dog. I know. We're going to go on a Valentine's date.
Shit. Say less. Say less. I mean, yeah, I that movie's either going to be really bad or it's going to be okay.
I mean, like the movie to me was just above incredibly mid. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like just above it, like because it's Nolan, right? Obviously, it's gonna be. Nolan's never made a mid film in his fucking life.
Just to say that my comment was about Madam Web.
Oh no, for sure. Yeah, but to get us back to Tenet, I do feel like the movie was not as great as I wanted it to be.
It's John, right? John
David Washington.
Yeah, he
John
I
David
feel like
Johnson.
sometimes God damn it. I feel like sometimes he gets his roles because of who his father is,
Maybe
he's not a terrible actor, but sometimes his acting just like it feels like he's not really there.
He does kind of have a very interesting I don't know, he doesn't seem to emote a lot. I feel like he doesn't emote a lot, and because of such, like he kind of has. Actually, to be fair too, I don't think that's actually John David Washington. Hold on.
It is.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Okay. So it's the other guy I was thinking
Yeah.
of.
And
yeah.
I say that after also watching The Creator, which I love that movie.
Yes.
But like he is that way in The Creator.
Right. And yeah, I think I definitely wholeheartedly agree. I feel like every movie I've watched him in, he has a very interesting way that he takes in his characters that just feels like I don't know, it's hard to explain. It almost feels like he doesn't want to be over dramatic, so he pulls back more, so he tries not to give too much, and it ends up feeling like it's not enough.
It's like maybe in theater someone told him he was putting in too much, you know what I mean, and it just like lingers in the back of his head all the time, you know.
Okay, that's what it was. I couldn't remember if it was John David Washington or Yahya Abdul-Mateen. Black Manta. I get those two like sometimes confused in their movies because I'm like, wait, is it that guy who has like a skinnier face or the other guy? Because they both now have beards, and so I see them and I'm like, fuck, which one are you? What?
That's racist or no?
Okay, don't, no. That is nowhere near what the fuck I'm coming at here. Although we might be talking about one or two of these guys again later on. Devin, we have one more little wave for the folks at
Let's
home.
talk about a movie that will actually probably be really fucking
damn.
cool.
Oh, God
Henry
damn,
Cavill confirms Highlander role and quote, "It's going to be a serious ride." This is by Russ Burlingame over at comicbook.com. Henry Cavill's Highlander reboot is still happening. The actor promises. With a targeted 2026 release date, Cavill will have been attached to the film for 5 years before anybody lays eyes on it. But after a lengthy development, the star says he is getting ready to train for the new role. And if he's training for the role, he gonna be big boy. Speaking with comicbook.com in support of his new film Argyle, Cavill teased that his take on the part will be, quote, a serious ride. This comes as he has been saying in other interviews that he has started to work his workout routine to get into shape for the film. But beyond that, he's staying quiet. Quote, "I'm just not going to answer that just yet," Cavill said when asked what to expect. Quote, "There's a lot of work to be done yet on my part. It's going to be a serious ride. I'll tell you that much."
Devin. Holy shit, we're gonna get Highlander and it's Henry Cavill? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god, dude, that's so fucking rad, bro.
Why is Henry Cavill just like perfect casting for like every role he goes into?
Because he like putting him in any high fantasy role where in which he has to play the badass is perfect. It's fucking perfection. I mean, like, dude, shot like any role he has to play a badass in, it fucking works. And he can be the bad badass, like he was in Mission Impossible, Shotgun Arms, or he can be good badass, and which we've seen in Superman, and he can be in between the two, as we've seen with Geralt. This man is a fucking gift from the deities above. I don't know how to explain enough to you people at home that Henry Cavill deserves better than what we give him. I want to climb that man like a tree, and he's perfect. He's goddamn perfect, Devin.
He is a modern day Greek god.
I mean, and you
Where
know,
the lie? Where the lie?
And if it wasn't for me wanting a like true to heart Mediterranean Hercules, I would say throw him in. Throw him in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, now here's the thing too.
You know who they're talking about having play Hercules though in the live action.
I don't want to fucking.
You're gonna hate it.
I know.
You're gonna hate it so fucking much.
Robert De Niro. He's playing every character in it, like Dr. Doolittle.
Have you met a fucker before?
He's like,
listen. Let me tell you a story.
Yeah, look at me.
Hey,
look at me.
Hey,
look at me. Look at me.
Look at me. I'm grandpa. I'm a bad grandpa.
I'm sorry, viewers. I'm sorry to our listeners. You're missing out on a lot here. Okay.
Anyways, they're talking about Chris Pratt.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I told you you'd hate it.
Oh, God, I know. I really do fucking hate it. Devin, we grew up on Highlander. and Highlander was a thing. I mean, obviously when we were young, Highlander was kind of coming out of its popularity. It was kind of like moving out of where it was. I do remember being super stoked as a kid seeing Highlander and then seeing him then, that actor, then being in Mortal Kombat. And it was so fucking dope. I think it was Armageddon. They moved him into Raiden in Mortal Kombat. Yeah, Armageddon. And Highlander was one of those things that I've always felt in my life did not get enough love. Like, it's a dope story. You know what I mean? Go ahead. I don't know if you agree or not.
I agree. It's a really cool story. It's just about two motherfuckers who live forever who are always sword fighting. It's fucking cool. You know what I can't wait to hear stories about after this movie has been out for a few months? Is how you're going to talk about how every time you go over to your mom's house, she's just going to be watching Highlander because she's in love with Henry Cavill.
Dude, for what? And here's the deal. I don't know if my mom's quite fallen for Henry Cavill the way that she has like Hugh Jackman and now what's his face Reacher. But a part of me Highlander. Feels yeah, because she was watching Highlander all the time when I was fucking kid. A part of me feels like this is going to be it. This is going to be the one that gets her on the Henry Cavill train. And then I'm going to have Henry. Well, and then I'm going to have to start hearing bullshit from my mom about how she wants to have like a 4-way with all 3 of them or some like wild shit. Which she says shit like this, dude. Like she straight up told me the longest time ago that she went on a date with my stepdad. She straight up told me this. And fucking be cool, chat. Be cool, listeners. Okay, don't be going to my mom and being like, "Hey, Ernell told me this." Which she will own. She will own. She has straight up told me verbatim. Me and Tom, stepdad. We went to go see the X-Men movie. What's his name? And I was like, Wolverine. And she goes, yeah, that one. And we came home, and I fucked him, and I couldn't stop thinking of Hugh Jackman the whole time.
Jesus Christ. What a story you just said.
And she said it with him right there. And he was like, "Wow, thanks."
You didn't hold back on that one at all.
I mean, like, yeah, no, I know.
Sorry, audio listeners.
I'm not sorry, Mom. I was out here putting her on blast. But listen, she'll fucking own it. No, she'll own it, dude. Like, that's what I'm saying. She'll be like, "Yep, I did say that shit. That's the way she's gonna act about it." Devin, that is the end of Little Waves, my good sir. It felt good to be back to that. It felt good to be back.
I will say Little Waves was great, but after that last story, you're probably gonna have to protect your neck.
Why, Devin?
Because your mom might put you at the gallows.
The gallows, and I was gonna die. Guys, today for the gallows, me and Devin are getting into the shits here that we need to get into all of you folks at home, or not into. Me and Devin are gonna get into all of you folks at home. Today, Devin and I, we're getting a chance to talk about something very important here because, unfortunately, arguably, fortunately, we have lost Kang the Conqueror in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? And that puts us in a very precarious position because we don't quite know what Marvel's going to do to either replace Kang the Conqueror or to move on from Kang the Conqueror. I mean, we saw that Jonathan Majors, unfortunately, has been found guilty in a case that was ongoing for a little while there, and Disney fucking dropped the ban hammer on the guy. Like this, pretty much the second the verdict came in, it sort of fucking felt like. I feel like I saw the news that they fucking dropped him as Kang the Conqueror before I saw the actual verdict that day. But it was same day. It was almost same hour. and it was wild. But now we get to talk about who do we want to be the new Kang the Conqueror. So Devin, let's just assume that they're going to continue on with Kang, right? Let's just make the assumption. We don't know if they're going to or not because they've talked about potentially not doing that. They've talked about just cutting the Kang storyline and just leaving it there. I don't want that. I don't know if you want that, but let's just assume that they do continue with Kang. Devin, let's rock it back and forth, my man. Who is your first fan casting for Kang the Conqueror?
So, first of all, I have to state, do not cut Kang out of the MCU. He's actually an important
Please,
character.
God, don't. Please, God,
He's important in so many ways, especially like with his relation. He is a descendant of the Fantastic Four's Reed Richards. His name is Nathaniel Richards. There's also a variant of Kang called Iron Lad, who is a very important character too, especially with us knowing that they're getting the Young Avengers together. They, in my opinion, they can't have the Young Avengers without Iron Lad.
Right.
So, please, God Almighty, do not write him off, and I hope we continue to see him as a character even after the multiverse saga ends.
Yes, that would be great.
But my first casting I'm going to throw out there is my intended perfect casting of Kang.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with one, John Boyega.
Oh, he was one of mine too, dog. All right.
I told you.
So let's talk. All right. So listen, we have John Boyega in a lot of shit. One, John Boyega's a fucking king. He's a goddamn king. Can we just start off with that? John Boyega would go fucking off in any role that he plays. I fucking love the man to death. But as Kang, Devin, Kang, absolutely, my dude. Why did you pick John Boyega?
He is extremely charismatic. He can emote to fucking hell. Every role he's done out of Star Wars has been fucking top notch. He didn't get his chance to spread his wings in Star Wars. He openly has commented on that and how he was forced to be something that was originally not intended when he was pitched with being this character in Star Wars. He was supposed to be a fucking Jedi, you know? Like he was done dirty. I feel like the only caveat to this is the fact that Disney is behind Marvel, and I know that he doesn't get along with Disney right now. He is not happy with them. But I think somebody like Kevin Feige could approach him and change his mind, especially being involved in Marvel and to take on a very pinnacle role, a very like respected role that needs shoes filled, and like, I hate to say it, but he could step into that role and everybody could be like, this is what we could have had the whole time. Because we need somebody who can put on many different faces, right? I feel like he's the guy.
He is the guy, honestly. I mean, like he does, I don't know. He does a very good job in like all of his roles of playing. I feel like I want him to play in all the roles John David Washington plays. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I feel like they play a very similar character, but John Boyega gives us a little bit more heart, if you ask me. But yeah, I mean, like it sucks because obviously we do know about his relationship with Disney. We do know he's kind of, you know, real salty about what they did to him and his character. I think that he would be fucking one, if not one of the best like replacement for Kang. Like
he is my top
at this point. I will say actually that my number one was going to actually be Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. As talked about earlier, he is our current Black Manta in the DCEU. And he, I feel, has not just the look for the role, but I feel like after seeing him in not just Aquaman, but also Candyman, also seeing him in Ambulance, which, although Devin deems that movie to be garbage, even though he did not see it, I actually kind of enjoyed the goddamn movie. Even though Devin's not wrong,
it looked like
it's
a trash fire from the trailers, and it got rated as a trash fire from critics.
Not quite a trash fire. It didn't get rated as a trash fire.
It was like a D plus.
Maybe like a field fire. You know what I mean?
So it's worse than a trash fire, is what you're saying.
No, dude, trash fires are infinitely worse. That's like the lowest tier type of like fire. You know what I mean?
I think the lowest tier of type of fire is a forest fire. Only you can prevent.
Okay, I fucking hated that. I hated that a lot. Sweet Jesus Christ. So here, to kind of pull up a picture for the folks at home in case they do not know what this very wonderful looking man looks like here. Yahya Abdul Mateen, ladies and gentlemen. Just look at the snack of a human being. You know what I'm saying? But also look at this person and think, what would he look like as King the Conqueror? I would argue he pretty much is King the Conqueror. Because the one thing that I feel like John Boyega does not have over Yahya is Yahya has the beard, and it always looks good. Always looks good. I've yet to see John Boyega in a beard that I was like, that looks like a real beard. You know what I'm saying? That
Kang
looks like
didn't have a beard though, did he? No.
No, but I want a bearded king. You know what I'm saying? I want a bearded king. And you know what? Actually, I don't know if that's wholeheartedly true. I think he did have a beard momentarily. Let's find out. King the Conqueror. Jonathan. It's going to be a whole bunch of bullshit about... He did not. There we go. He did not. But I would like to see that. I would like to see disgruntled version of King the Conqueror putting in there. Oh, Jesus Christ. These fucking pictures are terrible, obnoxious. Devin, your second fan casting for King the Conqueror now.
My second fan casting for King the Conqueror is actually Coleman Domingo.
Oh, okay. So a little background here. I fucking love this man. So Coleman Domingo is a very important character in Euphoria, and as you and I both know, I fucking love that show. But he is actually currently, from what I understand so far, is the person that's they're most leaning towards taking over as king, from what I understand. But why do you put him there?
I just think he would fit the role really well. He's a very experienced actor. He's proven his chops in many different types of roles. He's done everything from drama to horror to action to even just voice acting too. He was the voice of Unicron in Rise of the Beast as well.
He was so good. So good.
That movie, like, actually unexpectedly, like, was way better than I thought it was going to be.
Who would have thought, right? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Can't wait for the sequel to that. A Tale of Two Kings starring Jordan.
I saw that from fucking Jag in there, and I was like, fucking stop, dude.
Honestly, though, it's like, why not? Yeah. That could be like a short. A Kang short.
What if?
Yeah. Well, you know how they did all those like 10-minute shorts with Thor, like Chris Hemsworth's Thor?
Or like Groot, the Groot shorts?
Yeah. No, the the Thor shorts are way better.
Way better.
Funnier.
Yeah, no, for sure. They have way more going on too.
Yeah. But yeah, I just think Coleman would just be an awesome pick. I feel like he would kill it. It's like, you know, like when Jonathan Majors like gets angry and like yells, sometimes it just seems like he's spitting out his mouth.
Oh, right.
Where I feel like Coleman could enact a sort of fear, like an intelligent fear.
He gives that, right? He really does. Because even in his character in Euphoria, like he kind of plays this sort of very like passive fatherly role to Rue, our main character in Euphoria, and he plays as this person that like is definitely like, you know, very broken, and like you can tell that he's wise because of his experiences. I would love to see him in a role in which he's the low key like mad guy who's extremely intelligent, which is what that's the Kang that they're giving us, right? Yeah, dude, I agreed. I think he would absolutely kill that role.
Yeah, I think he would kill it. And I like I said, he's been in so many different kinds of roles. He's been everything from a pastor to a villain to fucking Unicron. You know, he's in 109 episodes of Fear the Walking Dead. Like, come on. Like, he's the backbone of that show.
And
So
he's fucking good. He's fucking good at it too, man. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I think he would be great. I think he would be great.
Well, Devin, my next fan casting for this character is going to be the hit actor John Leguizamo. I'm kidding. Although that would be pretty funny if they just completely changed the character. Just completely changed, and it's now the guy who plays the Violator in Spawn. Anyways, my actual choice, and DJ might actually be super into this. I think that this is one that I would be okay with taking or leaving. I think that he, if given the opportunity, would be phenomenal in the role, because this dude has been like showing his chops since fucking day one. You know what I'm saying? He's been fucking killing this shit for a minute. And I think that if given the opportunity to play Kang, could actually play a really, really interesting take on Kang that I don't think would be the same King that we've got with Jonathan Majors. I think it would be different for sure. But I want to potentially put in Lakeith Stanfield as Kang the Conqueror.
You know, I was looking at him. I feel like, and take this however you will, I feel like his eyes are too sad to be king.
And you know what? And that's a part of where I was kind of like, he doesn't quite give bad guy enough. You know what I mean? For sure, I definitely agree. He doesn't quite give villain. But I think under the right circumstances, that could potentially work to his benefit. And I'm trying to find a decent picture of Lakeith Stanfield here to show our viewers on YouTube. I can suppose I can show his most seminal role so far in Hollywood, and that was his role in hold on, I gotta open this. His role in the hit Jordan Peele movie Get Out, where he's trying to tell him to quote unquote get out. In the most painstaking
Look at
scene.
his eyes. He just looks
movie.
too sad.
I know, dude. Well, and
his face is really narrow. He would have to get jacked. Like,
well, I mean, I think it's possible. I mean, because this is the Lakeith that I feel is the most suited for Kang. This Lakeith right here. I think that this version of Lakeith.
That movie is so fucking good.
Uncut Gems, yeah, I know. Jesus Christ, dude.
That movie is so fucking
amazing. That goddamn movie. But see, I look at this and then I say, "Fuck, he might be a good Kang. He might be a good Kang." But we'll see. I think that would be.
I think you're gonna get my third fan casting, and I think you're gonna be like, "Oh, wait, never mind."
Okay, all right, Devin. What do you got, doggy dog? What do you got?
There's the only reason why this is number 3 is because he's actually already been involved in a Marvel property. Granted, it was years ago.
Okay.
And that would be Mustafa Shakir. And the reason why he's number 3 for me is because he already played Bushmaster in Luke Cage, and that is now canon to the MCU.
It is.
But I feel like Mustafa would be a fucking great choice. I loved him as Jet Black in fucking Cowboy Bebop, and he actually, like, his worst rated thing that he's been in is a movie called Assassin. But like,
Jesus Christ,
but he's been in American Gods. He was Bushmaster in Luke Cage, and he did really good on that. He was a perfect Jet Black, like literally perfect Jet Black. The best part of the live action, if you ask me.
Yeah, the only good part of the live action.
Only there were some good parts to live action. There really were. They did a lot of things right in that show to set it up for a really good season 2, but like, it just wasn't good enough to stick around. For that first season. That's
fair. I mean, this guy's Bushmaster was incredible. Honestly, he was a very fucking good Bushmaster. I will say, I don't think it's far-fetched. I mean, it's not the first time that we've had an actor play multiple characters in the MCU. Even though we talk about how much we don't particularly enjoy when they do that, it does work to an extent. Just depending on outfit changes, makeup changes, things like that. They could do it because I mean, like even having what's her face in Eternals, also Gemma Chan, excuse me, playing also one of the aliens and Guardians, like things like that can like work out because it's such a drastic change. You can't like tell that it's all the same person, right? Even though Bushmaster technically is canon now, I don't necessarily see it being far fetched that they could still make use of him. You know what I mean? So I do say that I wholeheartedly agree. I think that they could pull it off, and he would actually do phenomenal in that role. Like I wholeheartedly agree with that.
I feel like him and Coleman specifically could be really scary as Kang, and I feel like I need scary as Kang. You know what I mean? Boyega was my first pick just because of how charismatic and how much he can emote to be other characters. But I feel like at this point in the multiverse saga, we need scary Kang. We need some stakes. We need some things to happen.
You need steaks like Wagyu or
fuck shit, I'm hungry now.
Devin, my final fan casting that I will put for our boy Kang, if you will, is Leslie Odom Jr. Is who I want to put on here.
Leslie Odom Jr.
Leslie Odom Jr. was most recently the new Exorcist movie, not a good movie, and the Glass Onion movie. He was in there. He's been in a couple other like sort of like smaller roles. He's an actor that I feel like
Hamilton.
He is in Hamilton. He's in the Murder on the Orient Express. He's done a few roles that I feel like he's on his way up. He's on his way there. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's building.
He's young in his career.
Exactly. I do feel like he, based on those roles that he's played, he is my last choice. Because he kind of has some similar tidings with John David Washington. But I feel like he gives a little bit more in the direction of the character that I feel like John David Washington is trying to play. You know what I mean? I feel like Leslie Odom actually plays. if that makes sense. Because every time that I see John David Washington in a movie, I feel like he's trying to be that, like, I don't know, war-torn, quiet, humble, soft-spoken guy who's just caught up in the mix. And he doesn't give that to me in hardly anything, except for maybe The Creator. Did I actually believe that was the case? Leslie Odom Jr., I feel like plays that perfectly in any role that he ever plays, is like the humble, soft-spoken guy. And because that side of Kang, I think, is one that I feel like we could work really well with a King that is slowly kind of like losing control of the situation. I feel like that this would be a really, really cool take on a King that we could potentially get in the future as we see him build more and more into like the role of the Mad Conqueror a little bit, while also still playing as just one of the potential Kang variants. He could be one of the not bad guy Kang variants, which we've seen one of so far. It would be interesting to take, I say.
Spoiler alert, all of these actors could end up playing a part.
All of them could fucking work.
Which they could easily do. We know that they've shown variants already of completely different people playing characters, so it's not impossible. But yeah, I like a lot of these choices. I like a lot of these choices.
Now, Devin, one of the reasons why Kang has looked their plan for Kang to be the same across all the multiverses is because he's what they call, the same thing that Scarlet Witch is
a nexus being.
A nexus being.
So I thought a Nexus being was supposed that there's only one that's supposed to exist in all of the
that's what it originally was, but then they changed that in Multiverse of Madness. So Scarlet Witch
they're the
was
same person.
It's the same person exactly in every multiverse, and so that and that showed that Loki is not a Nexus being. He's just a god, and he just so happens to have the same relative thing.
But Loki now.
He's a lot more than that.
Dude, I was gonna say Tom Hiddleston is the best part of the MCU right now.
Absolutely,
100%,
absolutely,
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would make more sense. That would make more sense. But then we have America Chavez, there is only one of her.
As far as she knows, she's only seen one herself in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, like, who knows? I mean, like, future stuff. Who knows what that could potentially mean? It is interesting to see how they play those out. I mean, they could be that we were just understanding that they were Nexus beings originally, and now Nexus being actually means something differently in the future. Who knows? But my question to you, Devin, here is just very briefly before we wrap things up. How do you think they're going? Do you think they're going to write in a reason that Kang looks different, or they're just going to drop it like they did Rhodey?
I think they're just going to drop it.
Okay.
I don't think they need to explain it at all. Or actually, the best way for the setup is the fact that with the way that Loki ended in season 2, like straight up.
Yeah. Completely changes the timelines. So he's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
And allows all the multiverses to exist.
Okay.
I think that is the best way to implement that, like straight up.
It'd be interesting to see.
I feel like they did that on purpose, to tell you the truth.
I don't know if they did it to future-proof Jonathan Majors, but which one?
Well, they did a lot of reshoots and stuff like that when all this started happening.
Oh, they did, but they didn't take him out, obviously. I mean, like, he was still in the show.
It was a part of the story, It was part of the story. They had to.
What do you mean? He's in the entire season.
That's what I'm saying. King is a part of the story. That's why they didn't take him out.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Which one of those directions do you prefer? Would you prefer if they just moved on and just kept it like...
Just move on.
Don't say anything about it. Yeah.
They did it with Edward Norton. They did it with Rhodey. Just move on.
They hella did it with Edward Norton, dog. They hella did it with him.
Yeah.
That was crazy,
and for the fucking better, too.
Well, they did it this like such a drastic change that when fucking Ross came around, I was like, oh shit, he's still him.
Yeah.
You remember that when we first saw him pop back up? We're like, oh fuck, Hulk is canon.
Yep. I know, it actually caught me by surprise, and then like it wasn't until like the last like few years that everybody finally admitted they're like, oh yeah, Hulk was the first MCU movie.
Who would have thought? Like it didn't feel like it. It certainly didn't fucking feel like it, man. God damn.
No, it did not.
Oh, yikes, big fucking yikes. Well, Devin, it's cool. It's cool to dink around with these conversations with you because it's fun to kind of like see what we could potentially be doing in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But in the meantime, until that time comes, until we get our new King, we have our schedule for next week. On Tuesday, everybody, for the Good Kraken podcast, we're going to be talking what Microsoft's layoffs mean for gaming. That's right. Microsoft did fucking terrible fucking thing and laid off 1,900 fucking game-focused employees, the gaming department of Microsoft. And it's one of the biggest layoffs in video game history. So we're going to be talking about what that could potentially mean for the games industry and put our thoughts on those layoffs there. On Thursday, we have another Shipwreck show, as you guys know and can partake in. If you are in our Discord and you are a subscriber to our Twitch channel, you have access to our Shipwreck submissions channel in our Discord, where you can write in any question you want us to answer live on the Shipwreck show, and we will answer it to the best and worst of our abilities, as long as you think it'll make good content. So thank you guys. Please go ahead and jump in on there. On Friday, we have another Splash Damage gameplay stream, and this week, me and Garrick are getting into the brand new Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, a game that Devin refuses to play. refuses.
It's not that I refuse to play. It's
No,
that
he's
I don't want to
refusing
spend
to play.
I don't want to spend $70 on that game.
Devin refuses to
don't.
play it.
I don't want to buy that game. That's all that it is. Will I play it? Probably, but like it looks like a fucking mess, and I want a demo before I spend money on it.
So the only way Devin will play that game is if you guys support us by subscribing to here on Twitch.
Yeah.
TV
Get us 100 sub points, and then I'll play the game.
But hang out with me and Garrick for that on Friday night. That's going to be 7 p.m. Pacific time. And then Saturday, we have another Good Kraken podcast where we're actually going to be making the Gallows, our headlining segment, tentative for now. There is some stuff that's going on in the Hollywood area. We're going to kind of keep our eyes and ears open this weekend, and we'll have a topic for you guys by Monday when Garrick posts up.
Squad's going to be a bad game.
What was that?
Huh? Oh, I wasn't muted.
Oh, he was talking shit, and the game's not even out yet. Jesus Christ. These guys. What game are you excited for, Devin?
What game am I excited for right now? Probably Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That's a given.
Bad game. Wait, fuck. No, you weren't supposed to say that first. That's not fair, fucker. I can't talk shit about that game. I'm gonna buy that game.
And the other one is definitely the Paper Mario 1000 Year Door.
Bad game for sure. Bad game. Yeah, bad game.
Objectively bad game.
Terrible fucking game. Guys, please let us know who you all are fan casting as the brand new Kang the Conqueror of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let us know down below. Let us know on Twitter. Let us know in our Discord. We want to hear from all of you. This has been the Good Kraken Podcast, your choice for all the nerdy video game and pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you wanted to hear, live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 12 p.m. right here at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show. If you're on this wave, you can head on over to our Discord channel where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and soon have early access to episodes before they go live on podcast and video services across the digital sea. Emotional damage. Okay. Also, did you turn your soundboard down like a lot? Because it's like way quiet nowadays.
Some of them are quiet.
Some of them are
not.
Fair enough.
Because I could be like,
Bitch, you guessed it.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that's full volume right there. That's for sure. You can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Good Kraken with an exclamation mark and leaving a review there. We have to get going, everybody. But until next time, my friends, be good to each other.
Sticking out your gap where there is love.